Come gather round, let's have some fun. We're searching high and low, we won't be done. Oh yeah. LP records, trading cards, and vintage games. We're exploring worlds one find at a time. It's not the same.
Here's another die cut from '67. Probably would not get through the sensors at Tops these days. These are the die cuts. 1967, the first Wackies. There's some really rare ones that came out of here. And they made tattoos. These were full 70s. We used to make our own tattoos with markers on paper and lick our arms. All right, this is another curious collective non-sport for, this one's for Blue Jacket 66, who was too cheap to get the 16th series. So here it is. You get to look at it for free whenever you want. It's taken me about 30 years to get this set, believe it or not, and I haven't been collecting Wackies since 1973. And these cards are tough. The 16th series was just not widely available, and it's just so annoying. Most people just don't even deal with it. I know how Dave feels. This has just been stuck with me because I didn't have a lot of baseball in my life. I had a lot of Mad Magazine and Monty Python and SCTV and Steve Martin and comedy and weird mad, Cracked magazine, Plop magazine, all that stuff. These are spoofs of products if you've never seen these before. These are started in technically probably the back of Mad Magazine in the 50s. They made some spoof ads. Famous artists, including Frank Frazetta, did a spoof Mad Magazine ad in the 60s. But then in 1967, Topps put out Wacky Packs, I guess, and they were die-cut cardboard that you could punch out, and they had sticky stuff like stamps on the back. And those were pretty popular, and then they got sued by almost everyone, and they made them stop putting out those, so they changed the whole scheme and called them Wacky Ads in 1969. And here's an example. They made them look like billboards, and that was the punch out part. See the die cut, and that's the back sticky. So you can imagine these are rough to find because they're like 69 football inserts. They have all these little fine, and these are even worse. These are even tougher. These are like 4 on a card. But yeah, they reprinted these all then in 1973 in the stickers. That was mostly first series and some in second. And then I'll get some duplicates in here. Duplicates. This is about as smug as I'm ever going to get with any collection, because it took me so long to finish this. And I'm just like Dave. I didn't want to spend $50 for a sticker. Like this one's, I need to upgrade this, but yeah, I'm gonna have to just get lucky or win the lotto or just decide to do it someday. I have the whole series 1 through 16 with the variations. As a kid, I didn't even know what this stuff was. Like, what were they spoofing? I didn't know what baby formula was, and I didn't know what shaving cream was. I just thought the pictures were weird, and these are a little different than the original. These are kind of, I don't know, more saturated or more busy. Maybe the designs are... I haven't done my homework on who did all the artwork in the 16th series. But some products were spoofed multiple times. Like I know the think Series 5 has suffer tone instead of copper bone. And I wouldn't be surprised if there's a third. Some of these products are recognizable still to this day, which just goes to show you how packaging just, some of it sticks around for decades. I don't even know what this one is. Dr. Nests. That was a hard one to get. Here's this spoof of the sticker package itself. Or actually, no, this was another product Topps put out called Garbage Candy. That, oh, I forget who came up with that idea. Some famous artist came up with that idea, and they published, or they made these little candy canisters. I might have some of those somewhere. Oh, this is good. That's a timely sticker. This one was a pain for me to find. That's the best one I could find. I think I actually did pay $50 for that. I was just getting too angry that I was getting so close. This one's easy to find. If you want an example, this is a double print or a triple print. Some of the sheets had, just like football or baseball. This one you can pick up for 15 or 20 bucks, like in decent shape. I think that might be one too, because I have 2 copies of that, so maybe that is another easier one. This one's, I think, a little harder. Just like a lot of you guys, I have these, eBay feeds saved, and sometimes I follow them for a year without missing a single week, and sometimes I miss a few months, and it's always when I miss a few months that the stuff I needed came up and sold for less than I would have paid. But sometimes I get lucky, and frankly, I can't complain. I moved from LA to a tiny town in the middle of nowhere, and immediately was buying collections of comic books and old records and stuff from people in town. I'll do a big comic book video pretty soon. I love the horror stuff like these. It's very Mars Attacks. Very, what was that TV show, V? When I was a kid, I always loved the Battery, all the Wacky Packs that were actually things I knew what they were or things I interacted with, I thought were funniest. I had no idea what that was as a kid because I didn't use deodorant. This might still be the way the can looks if they still make, I think it was Saffarin or something. I forget the name of the product now. Out of practice. All right, here's the last one. Sucker Twin. Sucker. All right, that's 16th series. Oh, sorry. Yeah, these 2 stickers from 73 were pulled off the market because they got cease and desist, I guess. So Band Aches is harder, Pall Mall is harder, same hardness, but this one always sold for more because it's cooler looking. That one's just as hard to get. All right. All right, Dave, this is the reason I wanted to even make this video. These are cards not many people know about. These were from 1928. These are a card game that was put out by a magazine called Ballyhoo. And these are the first sort of spoof products, I think, that were ever produced that I have found. I guess that's Big Ben, was a clock manufacturer. So some of these products are harder because they're from the 20s and they didn't survive. But some of them did survive, like Canada Dry Ginger Ale. These come in a box with instructions how to play the game. And Ballyhoo was sort of like an early National Lampoon satire magazine, poking fun at politics and poking fun at consumerism, even back in the 20s, during the Depression. People, I think, had that first sort of like realization that maybe all of this progress was just marketing and BS, just like a lot of us after the pandemic sort of had a rethinking of what is commerce and what really matters in life and stuff like that. I don't want to get too deep into that, but these are kind of cool. I mean, I think I learned about these from a mention on the Wacky Packages website that I think a guy named Greg, I think, puts it out, or used to. There's a couple super collectors out there who are way beyond my pay grade, who have bought all the original art, or a lot of the original art for the original cards. And those guys have a lot of prototype stuff and a lot more information. They were seemingly way more focused on collecting. I had a career and a couple of different careers that kept me super busy, and I didn't have a lot of time to pursue cards for about 25 years there. I remember selling that guy some stuff on eBay when eBay first started. I think I saw, maybe even before eBay, when it was the news groups, I remember sending him like a t-shirt that I got and some other really rare stuff, some Wacky Package posters that were General Mills ones that were from the test pressing. There's the editor of Ballyhoo magazine tearing his hair out. I forget what that's for, but there's a famous like baby holding a tire ad that automobile collector people love. That there's a standee I saw once on like American Pickers or something. Barbasol might still be around. There's some Avery or Fairy instead of, I don't know what soap that was. I thought it was Ivory at first. Yeah, and there's some like sort of black ephemera, sort of racist. There's a couple cards that are sought after by people who collect African American stuff, I think. Like Fleischmann's Yeast is still around. Anyway, I'll do maybe a special on this game at some point. I don't want to make this video 15 minutes.
It works just like a telephone switchboard.